Hello guys, welcome back to my channel English Universe. In this video I'm going to share a very different or a new topic for the students of who are in 12th class or who are in a college. It is based on the poetic devices. So first of all, let me tell you what is or what are figures of speech or what is the poetic devices. Basically it is a literary term which we use in poetry. There are so many poets who have used these kinds of devices in their poems. Poetic devices help us to enhance the meaning of the poem. So let's begin. At first we have alliteration. It refers to the repetition of an initial consonant sound at least 3 times in a sentence. I repeat, what is alliteration? When we repeat any consonant sound in any line more than 2-3 times, then there is alliteration. For an example, a pack of pickled peppers. Here you can see there is the repetition of the consonant P, so that's why there is alliteration sound. One more example is Sarah's 7 sisters slept soundly in sand. Here you can again see the repetition of the consonant S. It means here is alliteration. I hope it is clear to you. Move further. Next we have simile, which means when we compare between two objects of different kind, then we use simile. In similes we use the word as or as, and we use like. For an example, as active as quicksilver, as alert as a bird, as alone as crusoe, as alike as two peas. So here you can see I'm using as with some other thing which have same or different characteristics, and I'm using here like. So if you saw that if you see in any line that there is using as or like, it means in this particular line we have simile. Next we have metaphor, which means comparison between two unlike things that actually have something important in common. For an example, the camel is the sheep of the desert, life is a dream, revenge is a kind of wild justice. One more thing I would like to add here. The thing is, we can use simile as metaphor and we can use metaphor as simile. I'll give you some examples. Here you can see Tanaji fought as fiercely as a lion. It means we are using as here, it is a simile. But if I say Tanaji was a lion in the fight, it means it is a metaphor. One more example is here. My love is like a red rose that is newly sprung in June, which is simile. And next we have love is a rose but you better not pick it. It is metaphor. Next we have antithesis. It means when we striking opposition or contrast of words or sentiments is made in the same sentence, it is employed to secure emphasis. For an example, man proposes but God disposes. Speech is silver but silence is gold. Many are called but few are chosen. So these are some examples of antithesis. Next we have oxymoron, part of speech, or it is a poetic device. Oxymoron is like a figure of speech in which contradictory terms appear side by side or at once of the same thing. You will get it by an example. For example, it is an open secret. Here are two things. One is secret and the second is open. So it is an oxymoron. Next we have she accepted it as the kind quality of surgeon's knife. Again we have contradictory terms, kind and quality. Next poetic device we have, it is paradox, which means a statement that appears to contradict itself in the same sentence. For an example, war is peace, ignorance is strength, freedom is slavery. So when you read war is peace, ignorance is strength, so these things are not true. Okay, they present an interesting paradox that makes you think that seriously about what you have just read or heard. So these are paradox. Next we have irony. It means the use of words to convey the opposite of the literal meaning. It means when you're trying to say something, you don't say it directly. We use it to poke fun at a situation that everyone else sees as a very serious matter. So here is an example. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. So it is an irony. I hope you are getting all of these points very clearly. Next we have hyperbole. When we exaggerated statement or we are trying to emphasize of the purpose, then we use the poetic device hyperbole. For an example, it was as big as a mountain, it was faster than a cheetah, it was dumber than a rock. Another we have, why? Man, if the river is dry, I am able to fill it with tears. So it is a hyperbole. And next we have onomatopoeia, where we are focusing just on sounds. For example, hiss sound, ding dong, fizz. So if you are using any sound, then there is onomatopoeia. And next, personification, which I like the most. In personification, we inanimate objects and abstract notions are spoken of as having life and intelligence. It means when we're guessing something which is non-living, we treat that thing or we imagine that thing as a living thing, then that is personification. For an example, the sun smiled down on her. Very beautiful. Next we have laughter is holding her both sides. So that's all for today. These all are some important or basic poetic devices. I hope it was clear. It is clear to all of you. If it is, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. I'll meet you soon. Bye bye. Keep learning.